It's the Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Absolutely stunning day for riding here in Blighty today. So really pleased to be out on the big Beamer. And I'm going to do another one of those top 10 videos. I've done sort of a series of top 10 videos, but quite a few of them have been a bit negative. So this one is going to be the top 10 things I love about the big BMW R1200 GS. Stick around, stay tuned. I'll tell you some of the things that I think makes this a fantastic bike to own long term. So at number 10 on my list, slightly odd one perhaps, but it's just the sheer number of accessories that are available for this machine. There are loads of companies that make things that you can bolt onto the bike, so the likes of Touratech, SW Motec, Wunderlich, and loads of others. So it really is very easy to make these GSs your own. You know, if you want to make it more comfortable, you can do that. If you want to make it have less wind blast on you, you can do that. If you want to add some bling, you can do that. If you want to add travel accessories, that's all doable. There are hundreds and hundreds of things you can do with these bikes. So, I mean, the machine has been around for a while. This water-cooled one only since 2013, I think the first ones came out. So, 3-ish years coming up to. But obviously the GS itself has been around for longer than that, and some of those other accessories do fit. But anyway, there's a whole plethora of accessories you can buy for this bike and make it your own and make it fit your complete requirements. So at number 10 on my list, sheer volume of accessories and things you can do to customise the bike and make it your own. Number 9 on my list of things I absolutely love about the BMW GS is the fantastic clutch. It is so light, it's just wonderful. I mean, it's a one finger action. It's the lightest clutch of any bike I've ever owned, and I absolutely love it. It's made of some special material as well that I think BMW developed just for this bike, incredibly. So the levers on this bike you absolutely don't have to change for a custom item, which is something I often do on bikes. But the light clutch on this, it's a hydraulic clutch, so you've obviously got the clutch fluid reservoir there, just makes it a real joy to use. So number 9 on my list, the lightness of the clutch on the GS. So to number 8 on my list of things I love about the BMW GS, and that is the fact that it's the GS. It's in the adventure bike class, this is really the bike that you know, set the story for all the other bikes that have come. So this is the one that sort of leads the way, and you can argue whether this still is the class leader. I think personally that it probably still is, but there are now other bikes like the KTM Adventures and so on that perhaps try and claim that crown, and that's fine, no problem with that. But the GS has been around for a while, as I said before. But I do love the fact that when you think adventure bike, people tend to think of the GS. It's a bit like the Range Rover of the roads. If you mention a Range Rover, everybody knows that that's kind of the class leader of the off-road vehicles, although there's loads of those vehicles still around. The GS very much holds that niche, I think, in biking circles. So I love the fact that it's the bike that the others try and copy and emulate when they bring out an adventure bike. In their minds they're thinking, we've got to come up with something that beats the GS. So for my money, instead of buying an imitator, oh, nice TVR Griffith there, instead of buying an imitator, you may as well go for the real thing. So yeah, the GS is the real deal. So that's number 8 on my list of things I love about the GS. So to number 7 in my top 10 list. Number 7, slightly old one, but if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know how much I love it. And number 7 on my list is the GPS, the integration of the GPS that you get with the GS. And what I mean about that is I don't like the GPS for its sat-nav functions. In terms of, you know, a sat-nav, it's as good or bad as any other sat-nav that you can buy. It'll get you to where you're going. In fact, I find it quite awkward to use as a sat-nav if you actually want to follow a specific route. It's a real pain, I find. But actually the integration on the bike, so I don't know if you can see at the moment, I've got my sort of standard riding display on here at the moment. It's showing the time and the temperature and the speed, and I use it mainly for that sort of thing, to augment the actual displays on the bike. The dash itself is a bit rubbish, and with my eyesight I can't really read them very easily, so I love the fact that I can augment the panel on the bike with the GPS itself. And it's not only that, but it does all sorts of other things. There are about I think there's something like 24 different parameters you could show there at any one time. If I zoom out, I'll show you that. There you go. Is that 24? No, it's 16. But you can change them to all sorts of things. That's not everything that you can show. So it really does have it's a complete information system for the bike, and I absolutely love the way they've integrated it into it. Not only with the amount of information that you can just get at, whether you need it or not, it's just fun, particularly if you're on a long journey, but the fact that it's all controllable by this little whizzy wheel on the on the handlebar here. It means you don't have to take your hands off the handlebars to actually control the sat-nav, and it makes it a joy to use. So that's the next one on my list, the integration of the sat-nav. So to number 6 on my top 10 list of things I love about the BMW GS, and this one isn't really specific to the GS, but it's just a BMW point generally, and it's something that BMW are well known for anyway, I think, but that's just the access to the service that you get when you buy a BMW. I've not bought a BMW before. This was the first one that I bought, and I bought it brand new, and just the experience I had from the dealership in Maidenhead, I bought this from Barnstormer in Maidenhead, was absolutely top class. The guys there are friendly, they know their stuff, they don't put any undue pressure on you. You can take as long as you like, you don't feel pressurised. You know, you get tea and coffee and stuff like that. I mean, things that actually, let's face it, aren't that hard to do, but so many motorcycle dealers seem to just fail on. So yeah, the BMW dealership experience, at least in my experience of that one dealership, has been absolutely top class, and I've really enjoyed that part of ownership of the GS. So that's I think that's number 7 on my list. Don't take it back, that was number 6 on my list, because number 5 on the list is one again that may be slightly surprising to any of you that's watched my videos before, but number 5 on my list is actually the rugged good looks of the machine. I actually like the thing, the way the thing looks, and it's one of those, I guess it's a bit of a Marmite bike, you either like them or you don't. You know, it's rugged, it's purposeful, it's an off-roader, it's a big traily look. I actually think it looks great, so I didn't necessarily think that when I first got it, but it's grown on me over time, and looking at some of the other bikes that have come out, the competitors to it, particularly things like the KTMs, I just don't think they look as nice as the BMW does. I realise that's a completely subjective thing, as in fact all my top 10 lists are, of course. But yeah, number 5 on my list is just the looks of the bike. I think the thing looks built for purpose. It looks rugged, and I just enjoy that side of the bike. So that's number 5 on my top 10 list.